section of Office Hour brought to you by UrBizEdge and Enterprise DNA. So for today's topic, we'll be taking data analysis and manipulation using Pandas. This section was brought to you by Temidayo Omoniyi. So this section is also brought to you by the partnership between Enterprise DNA and PowerBI Learning Community, Nigeria. So let me just give you a brief description of Enterprise DNA.
Yeah, we were hearing you. It's internet actually, like it's. But go on.
I had to change the internet source.
Oh, okay, maybe it's better now.
Okay, I'll change the internet source now. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. For our upcoming training now, we have in-depth Excel training and executive dashboard with business data analysis, which is coming up on the 14th and 15th of January, which is on Friday. Also have big data analysis, Power Query, Power Pivot, and VBA in Excel, which is also coming up on the 14th and 15th of January. Also have the introduction of the new course, which is Python. So that's Python for data analysis, which is coming up on the 18th of January. Just give a brief description about myself. Temidayo Omoniyi is a Microsoft Certified Data Analyst Associate. We specialize with over 2 years working experience, a Microsoft Certified Trainer, enjoys creating educative content on your UrBizEdge YouTube channel and other platform, enjoys writing code and different business data process, and automating tasks. So let me just stop with this. Let me now go for today's section. Where's the presentation? Okay. So for today's section, it's called Data Analysis and Manipulation using Pandas. We all know data is the new oil and gas we have in the world right now today. So what is data analysis? Data analysis is the process of cleaning, changing, and processing raw data and extracting actionable, relevant information that help business make informed decisions. Data analysis can also be said to be the process of inspecting, cleaning, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of discovering useful information and informating conclusion, and also supporting decision makers. Okay, so let's just say steps in data analysis process. So data analysis process is nothing but gathering information by using proper application or tools, which allows you to explore data and find a pattern in it. So these are the different steps in data analysis. So the first step is called data gathering. That's that data requirement gathering. This has to do with think about why do you want to do this data analysis. This has to do this more of like the what question. It's asking, okay, what do you want to use your data to do? Why do you want to do your data analysis? The next step is called data collection. Collect your data based on requirements. So we have different ways we collect our data. We can also get our data from the cloud, which we use OneDrive, Excel Online, Google Sheets, Azure database. We have the MySQL database. We have the different databases. We also have on-premises like Excel on your local drive. We have different data source, different ways you can get your data from Google Analytics and the rest. The next step is called data cleaning. This process is where you remove white space, duplicate records, and basic error. So data cleaning is actually one of the most important things in data analysis process. It's more like people put it in terms of EDA, that's exploratory data analysis. But data cleaning is actually very important. Things like outliers are also very important in removing. So most times people don't really know what the meaning of outlier is. So outliers are basically data is found in places which they don't belong, right? So let's take, for instance, now I have a basket of oranges and the whole basket is full of orange, but I have a single tomato there. So the tomato is actually the outlier because why? It doesn't belong where it's found in. The next step is called data analysis. Here is where you use data analysis software and other tools to help you interpret and understand your data and arrive at a conclusion. This is where tools like Excel comes to play, Power BI, Tableau, and the rest comes to play. Data interpretation. You can choose the way to express and communicate your data analysis. Either you can use it simply in words or other table or charts. That's basically how you interpret your data. And the one most all of us use a lot is the data visualization. That's why almost everyone are very good at it. So data visualization has to do with graphically show your information in ways that people can read and understand. You can use charts, graphs, maps, bullet points, or host of other methods. This is where you use your charts, your graphs, your maps, your bar chart, your column chart, your different one, your tree maps and the rest. So anything that I know that has to do with data visualization, this is where the last steps comes in. So I'll talk about the types of data analysis. So there are actually lots of different types of data analysis, but the three I'm talking about today is the diagnostic analysis. So diagnostic analysis answers the question, why did this happen? So this is more like, okay, why did this action actually happen? Why did this situation happen? So this is where your diagnostic analysis comes to play. You ask yourself, why did this happen? You answer using the insight gained from statistical analysis. Use diagnostic analysis to identify pattern in your data. So that's what diagnostic analysis is used for, to answer the question, why did it happen? So we also have the predictive analysis. So predictive analysis answers the question, what is most likely to happen? So you know that, okay, you have all, it's more like you're predicting what's going to happen in the future. You are predicting based on your pre-existing data. So by using patterns found from older data as well as the current events, predict the future events. So most of the time, predictive analysis work in terms of, oh, let's take for instance, if someone has cancers now, you just get all the features of, you get the data of someone, a patient that has cancer, you analyze it, and you like, okay, you don't take another sample of someone that does, you don't know if person has cancer or not. You take a sample, you don't compare his data, his vital sign based on the pre-existing data you have, if the person has cancer or not. So it's just more like predictive analysis, more of like a yes or no kind of, either ones or zero, yes or no kind of answer. That's what you use predictive analysis for. It's more of like about the Pandas. So for this section, we're using the Pandas library. So Pandas is an open source Python package that provides numerous tools for high performance data analysis and data manipulation. Pandas is fast, powerful, flexible, and easy to use open source data analysis and manipulate tools built on top of Python programming language. So with no further ado, we'll go to the programming side of today's section. So I will open so for today's section, we're going to be using the Jupyter notebook for Anaconda. I remember last week I showed you guys how to download the Anaconda IDE. That's the integrated development environment. So we'll be using the Jupyter IDE for today's section. So I'll open my Pandas, okay? So these are all the things we're going to be doing today. So I already said it, that Pandas is a software library written for Python programming language, which is usually used for data manipulation and analysis. So these are the different things we'll be doing today. But for step one, the first thing you have to do whenever you want to work with Pandas is, first you have to import your Pandas library. So you have to say import Pandas as PD. So PD is just like an abbreviation, like a short form, give like a variable name as PD, right? So I say Shift Enter. Shift Enter means you are going to run your data. So the first thing I want to read a CSV file, right? So if you want to read a CSV file, you say df underscore CSV equals to pd.read underscore CSV, open bracket. So why did I use pd.read? PD means is the abbreviation, that's the short form of Pandas. So I made Pandas as PD, right? So that's I said pd.read underscore CSV. I'm reading is CSV. CSV means comma separated value. So the file I want to read is called Pokemon. So let me show you something. So I have this data here. I have different data sets here. You can see I have Pokemon data here as CSV. I also have another Pokemon data as text. I also have sorting X as example file. I also have your business. So I have like 4 different data sets here. So I can just work with from any of them. So okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say I want to read the Pokemon data. So I say Pokemon underscore data dot CSV, right? So I press Shift Enter. Shift Enter means you're going to run your data. Okay. I'm thinking there's an error somewhere. Okay, sorry, CSV. I didn't spell it out right. C, comma separated value, CSV. Sorry about that. So CSV for comma separated value. So let's say I want to get some information about my data now. Let's say I want to get the shape of my data. I say what? I say df underscore CSV dot what? Shape. Both the rows and columns. So it tells you have 800 rows, 12 columns in that data set, right? So let's say I want to say, let me get more idea of the data. Let me say I want to get, okay, I want to get the information of the data. Let's say, okay, df csv.info. So info basically gives you information about your data set. So you can see that all the columns tell you that, okay, date is what, this hashtag here is an integer. Name is what is an object. Type 1 is an object, type 2 is an object, HP is an integer, that's integer 64. You can see legendary. Legendary is a boolean. Boolean is actually true or false statement, right? So this is how you get to know more about your data. So let's go further. Let's say I want to get let's say, okay, let's add another column here now. Let's say, let me add another column. Let's I want to get, okay, I want to get the description of the data. I say df underscore csv dot describe. This one just gives you the count, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum values, the 25%, 50, 75, and max value of your data set. So this just basically gives you more information about your data. So these are let's go for, let's say, okay, let's say I want to get the head now. Let me get the top 5 rows of my data set. Let's say df underscore csv dot add, right? Open bracket, enter. This is going to give you your first 5 rows of your data set. This is going to give you your first 5 rows of your data set. Let's say I want to get the last 5 rows of my data set. Say df underscore csv dot tail, bracket, close bracket, enter. You can see now it's giving me the bottom 5 rows of my data set. Now that's what it's giving me, the bottom 5 rows of my data set. So let's say, okay, let me start to read CSV files now. Let me try and read CSV file. Let me create a new variable name. Let me say df underscore xlsx equals to pd.read underscore excel. Remember, Pandas can read different kind of data type. You can read your CSV type. You can read text. It can also read CSV. You know, CSV is comma separated value. Text are text separated values also. Those are text files. So Pandas has the ability to read both Excel files, CSV files, different kind of data files. So I just say pd.read underscore excel, open bracket, double quote, the name of the data is UrBizEdge underscore data. Let me check this spelling right. UrBizEdge underscore data set. Okay, that's UrBizEdge underscore data set dot xlsx. So if you press enter, it's going to take a little bit of time. Okay, so if I put, let me just copy this here. Copy dot. Check the top first rows, the top 5 rows now. You can see now these are top 5 rows. 1, 2, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 5 rows. Like, let me start to read text files also. Pandas has the ability to also read text files. So let's say df underscore text equals to pd.read underscore csv open brackets. So I will also be using the Pokemon data set for this. So I say Pokemon underscore data dot text. So I use a text. I'll put a comma. So I'll add the delimiter. You know what they call delimiter? Delimiter is the common separator, right? So if you use things like text to column in Excel, you know what they call delimiter, because you have to use the delimiter when you're separating in text to column. So delimiter equals to double quote backslash. I pray this works. So Pokemon data. Okay, let me run this. Okay, so let me just copy this here and paste it here and put dots add. So the first, don't give me the first 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Pokemon data. Let's take for instance, let's now say, what about if I want to add a column to my data set now? Let's want to add a new column to my data set. So let's say you can see the one of the Excel file dfxlsx.head. You can see the one of the Excel file. We have the sequence, we have the pizza sold, we have the price, we have the quantity, we have the amount sold, we have the time and time range. But we know that total amount is usually what? Price times quantity, right? That's how you get your total amount. Like you say, when you want to get your total amount, you usually say total. For those that did a lot of economics in school, you say price times quantity, right? Price times quantity, you get your total amount, right? So I want to add a new column here right now. So the new column should be total. Your new column should not be a total. That's a total amount. So let me add a new cell. I will say a new column. So f underscore xls x set. So that would be df underscore x underscore slx. I'll create a list, double quotes. I'll name it as total. That's total, right? That's equals to. So I'll say df also xls x, the list, double quotes, price. That's I'm doing price times quantities. I say price, right? So the price is in capital letter, right? Price, yeah. I'll say times. Same thing. I'll say this also. That's this list, double quote times what quantities. I said quantities. Oh, sorry. A and TI2Y. So quantity. So let's say. So let me just run this, okay? So let me add a new column here. I'll say the new df now. So df underscore xllx dot add bracket. Wow, you can see now quantity has been added to your data set here. You can see it's basically you're adding a new column to your data set. You can do that using Power Query or that, but this is how you do it with Python. So let's say I want to read only the headers now. I want to read only the headers now, right? So I will say df underscore xlxx column. So you know the headers are the columns, right? So you say columns. Yep. And this is giving you only the headers itself. So you can see these are the different headers there. The serial number, the pizza sold, price, quantity, amount sold, time range, and total, right? So let's want to read a specific header now. So a specific column this time around. Now let's say, okay, I say, let me just paste this. That's this one, okay? I put my list, double quotes, what specific column down to read? I want to read pizza sold. Let's say pizza sold. So I want to get the top 5 rows of the pizza sold, right? Sorry, I put ed, okay. You can see now, you can see the top 5 rows of the pizza sold. You can see what it's giving me now. It's giving me, okay, pizza, I see the first one, pizza, extravagance, barbecue chicken, that's BBQ chicken, extravagance, okay, and pizza. So you can see the pizza, extravagance, barbecue chicken, extravagance, and pizza. So let's say I want to read, okay, I want to get permission for different rows this time around. Now I say my df underscore xelx bracket, that's like my list, because I'm doing now to do like multiple rows now, like multiple columns this time around. So I put the square bracket twice this time around. So I put the double quotes. I say I want to see from pizza sold, comma. Let's see for time range also. That's time range. About that, my nephew is actually beside me. Time range, okay, comma. Chica, stop making noise. Time range, and also I'm gonna get for quantity. Okay, so this, okay. So you can see the 3 lists that came out, right? These are the 3 lists that came out. So okay, you can see the column for pizza, the column for time range, also the column for quantity. And I say time range for quantity also. So it's, I mean, I put the head, right? So the head is giving me the top 5 rows here. So let's say if I don't get also, let me get all that information. Like, okay, let me just get the first row. Let's say df, okay, dot iloc square brackets 1. Okay, run this. You can see now it's giving me only the first row, right? But let's say let's not get the first 4 rows. You know that. Let me show you get the first 4 rows using the df function. So is it df dot iloc? We're using the iloc function now. Square brackets 1 ratio 4. So I'm doing from 1 to 4, right? Run it so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's read this. Let's not get a specific location in your data set. You know that RL means rows and column, right? So from this now, let's not get a specific direction, like a specific data. Now let's say df underscore xex, right? Let's say let's do the iloc rhyme time around. Let's say iloc, Oh, no. Okay. Dot, I think it's dot iloc, square bracket 2, 4. Okay. So this means, okay, I want row 2 in comma 4. So row 2 is 1, 2, comma 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I should be getting 2000. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2000. Okay. So there are different ways. You can also drop unwanted columns. So you can use the df.drop. So I just commented this out. So for some of you that want to drop some columns you don't need, you can always use df.drop. You put the name of the column you want to drop. You now put in place equals true. That's if you don't need columns. So let's now go to now let's now start with some data manipulation now using Pandas. Now I just showed you the introduction of Pandas. So let's talk about sorting. So let's talk about sorting. Sorting is the process of arranging data into meaningful order so that you can analyze it more efficiently. Sorting is one of the most frequently used tasks we do in data analysis. Sorting lets you to arrange or rearrange data in alphabetical order, lowest to highest, highest to lowest, or even in colors. So let's do some little bit of sorting using let's do some sorting using Pandas. Now let me create a variable. Let's say sort underscore df, right, equals to pd dot read, because the sorting file is going to be an Excel file. So Excel, right, bracket, double quote, sorting dot xlx, right? And let me put enter. Okay, it worked. So let me just get the first 10 rows. Let's say I get first 10 rows. That's add, right? Oh, sorry. Sort dot add, double quote. That's 10, right? So I want to get the top 10 row. Okay, yeah. So you can see this data now. We have states, we have the world, we have PDP, APC. These are actually an election data, right? So we have the states, we have the worlds, we have PDP, APC, and different parties. I know APGAD, I know PDP, I know APC. Those are the popular parties in Nigeria. So let's say how to sort all of these by state. You know, we can do that in Excel by going to data, then go to sort by, or you guys do multiple sorting and rest. So let's do it in Python. And let's say I want to sort it now by state. I say that's this one here. That's the sort def here, right? Let me just copy this. I don't want to make spelling mistakes. Copy this. I paste it. I say dot sort underscore value. That's values, right? Open my bracket. I'm sorting by what? I'm sorting by states. So let's see. The state is in S is capital. That's S. Okay. ST8. I'm sorting by state, comma. Okay. Now the next condition is it ascending? So ascending. So the ascending should be true, right? Because I want it to be in ascending order. So that's true. Okay. And let's put dot add. So let's see the top 20 of this. So you can see now, I've sorted the data now by state. You can see that all Abia came first, right? Abia, Adamawa, and the rest. You can see how it came out, right? That's how a normal sorting works. So we also have different other types of sorting. We also have what they call the multi-level sorting. So let me just give it. So multi-level sorting. Sorry. Level sorting. Sort multiple conditions. Let's say multiple conditions, right? Multi-level sorting helps you sort for different or multiple conditions. So let's say I want to sort for 2 conditions. I want to sort based on states and based on word this time around. So based on word. So I want to sort based on 2 conditions on states and word, right? So I say what? I say the same. Let me just copy this. I say copy this. I paste it here. I say sort. Okay. I think I've done. Let me just make this. Okay, let's say sort. Sort equals to. That one makes more sense. Sort equals to dot sort values open brackets. So I'm sorting by what now? Sorting by equals to. Now this is going to be a list. I'm sorting by 2 conditions. Now I say sort by states, comma, and I'm also sorting by what? Words. So let me check if the word is in capital letter here. That's words. Sorting by state and also sorting by word, right? So I put a comma. So I put ascending. So the ascending, that's the next condition. And the ascending now, it should be true, right? So I put equals to. Also, it's going to be a list now because I'm having two conditions for sorting. I say true, comma, true, enter. Let me just get the first 30. Let me just get the first 30 rows. So let's see now. I'm sorting for what? I'm sorting for both states and words. So now I'm sorting based on states. You can see all the states. I can see sorting by the word at the same time. So Adamawa, all the words for Adamawa, and Akwa Ibom, all the words. So it's sorting based. So it's sorting based first. I'm sorting firstly based on states. Secondly, based on what? Words. That's how you do a multiple sorting. Let's now say I want to sort for specific columns. Let's now sort for specific columns now. What's a specific? Okay, sort for specific. Let's say sort underscore df, right? Df bracket, my double quotes. I want to sort for only state, right? States. So I say dot sort underscore values, right? Okay. Yep. So this worked. Let me see if I can add an header to this. If it doesn't work, then I just leave it alone. Worked. Okay, that's just one. So there are also different ways. So for my field, you might want to save your data, right? So there are different ways of saving data in Excel. This is one of the ways of save data in Excel. So you can just put the variable name, which is here. I say df dot to CSV. That means if I want to save it as a CSV file, I say df dot to underscore CSV. I name the new data here. This is why I give it the new name. And I say modified dot CSV. Sorry, modified dot CSV. That's the data name, comma, index equals to false. Also, the same thing for Excel. df is like the variable of your data name. df dot to underscore Excel, open bracket, modified dot x. This is how you save an Excel file. Also for CSV, that's for text. Text, you put it slash back column. So let's now go to let's do more further text. Let's do more further manipulation using Pandas. So for filtering of data filtering is the process of choosing a smaller part of your data and using the subset to view of analysis purpose. Filtering is generally not permanent. The original data are used to keep for future use. So, okay, let's say other use of filtering. Filtering just basically more of the lame definition of filtering, just like you're sifting your data to get some specific information. You're not necessarily removing, you're just sifting it, you're just breaking it down to get some specific information of your data sets, right? So let's not say let's do some filtering now. Let's say okay, let me do for filter for the df. That's df underscore xlsx, right? Dot add. Okay. It shows. Okay, let's say I want to filter now for pizza. So I want to get only pizza. I want to get the product of only pizza now, right? So how will I do that? I will say df underscore xlsx dot lock square brackets. I'll put my df underscore xlsx square brackets. The product, the column header I want to filter for is pizza sold, right? That's pizza sold. Pizza sold should be equal. So when you do equals in Python, you put the double, that's equals to, it has to be doubled. So equals to. So from your pizza sold, what exact product do you want to filter for? I want to filter for pizza, that's MEA, pizza, double ZA. That's pizza, right? So does I want to see the first, let's see the first 20 headers. Let's see the first 20 headers. Let's see. So let me see it again now. Okay, df underscore, that's the Excel folder directory dot lock df. Okay, so the product I want to say is pizza sold must be equals to pizza, right? Dot add. And I run this. Okay, yeah, it worked. So you can see I can only see what pizza, right? I said what? Notice we filtered data pizza from the column pizza sold. So let's now see multiple. Let's now see other conditions. Let's say I want to like do multiple filtering now. I want to do filtering for different conditions. So let's say I want to filter now. What I want to filter? I want to filter meter. So this, and if you're using Excel, you'd have done something called dynamic array or using advanced filter. But now for dynamic array is actually almost similar to the same process with the Python for multiple filters. So I want to filter for meter. I want to filter the quantity. I want my quantity also should be greater than 3. I want my price should be greater or equals to 2,000. Okay. So let's start now. So I've written out the condition. These are the conditions. This is what I want to get. I want to get the product should be meter, the quantity should be greater than 3, the price should be greater than 2,000. So I say what? Let me just create a new variable. That's new underscore df equals to df underscore xls x. Okay. Square brackets. Close my bracket. Okay. df underscore xls x xlx. The column head should be pizza sold, right? Pizza sold should be equals to meter, right? So that's meter. Okay, I finished step 1. You know that there's something about there's something about okay, let me see some. There's something about when you're doing multiple filtering, there's something they call both must be true. So it's more like and function. So if I've gotten for the pizza sold, which is meter, I will not say and. The and means I'm not like saying okay, and in Python means multiplication. Also, it's the same thing in Excel. It means multiplication. So and. You see and what? I say and. I'll open another bracket again. I say df underscore xlx. So now I'm doing for the quantity now, the quantity column now. Quantity should be what? Greater than what? 3. So and again, so that and also means multiplication, and put my bracket df underscore xlx. The price this time around now. For the price now, I said price should be what? Price should be greater than or equals to 2,000. That's greater than or equals to what? 2,000. Greater than or equals to 2,000. Okay. So after this, I say new underscore df dot add, right? So dot add. So I say, let me just get the top. Let me say top 20. Top 20. Oh, let me see if I'm correct. So the pizza sold is meter, right? Okay, it's only meter that is here. The quantity should be greater than 3, so there should not be anything like 3 in the quantity. So you know when they say greater than, it starts from what? 4, 5, 6 and above. So it must not start from 3. If I said greater than or equals to 3, it won't start from 3 and above, right? So I said greater than 3, so it's starting from 4, 5, 6 and above. Okay, that's cool. So for the price now, I said price should be greater than or equals to 2,000. So it's starting from exactly 2,000 above, right? So that's what it means here. So I can see my 3 conditions are all settled, right? My pizza sold meter is showing. My quantity, which is greater than 3, is also showing. My quantity, which is greater than 3, is also showing. The price, which is greater than 2,000, is also showing, which is cool. That's cool. Oh, sorry about that. I think my phone just fell. Okay, just a minute. So my phone just fell. Okay. So let's now do other conditions. Now let's say, what about a situation where you want to say, okay, if it contains a certain text, a certain kind of text. Let's do another one. Let's say, okay, I think I have a perfect example to give you guys. So let's say df underscore. So there's a situation that, okay, if it is not meter, okay, if it's not meter, I want to do, okay, if it's not meter, it should be hot pepperoni feast. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get now. So okay, I want to, okay, let me say df, I'm coming, df underscore. Insane. So what I'm trying to achieve now is I want to filter the product for only meter and maybe hot veggie. Yeah, odd veggie. So Autofilter for only mixer and odd veggie. But now notice something now. Both are in the same column. So if they are in the same column, it will be mixer or odd veggie. So it's going to be an or statement. But if you are filtering for and in different columns, you say mixer and price should be greater than 2,000 and quantity should be greater than 3. You get? But now they're in the same column now. If they're in the same column, you say mixer or. Mixer or. So that's just like a logical statement. I think I had that experience when I was doing in my engineering career, when I was doing logic and gate. So if like that means true, two must be true, one must be true. That if it's an or statement, if it's an and statement. So I use that to solve things like this. So it just helps me understand this better. So let me just comment this out. Let me say df underscore xlxx dot lock. Let me lock this. Let me square brackets. Open my bracket. Let's say df underscore xlxx. So the first product for pizza sold should be equals to mixer, right? So I want mixer, say condition one settled, or. So in Python, the odd sign is this. So I've actually forgotten the name, but the or sign is actually this. I've forgotten. I'll check it out. I'll go quick it out. But I've forgotten the name. So that's the or sign in Python. So open another this thing again. Another bracket, but in what do you call it, in Excel, the or sign is usually plus. So there's not really any there's no difference between Excel and Python. It's basically the same thing, just changing a little bit of syntax and the rest. So df underscore xlsx, right? Square brackets, pizza sold also. So I say pizza sold should be equals to which pro should I? Let me use odd veggie. Odd veggie. Okay. So let me say the head now. The head should be. Let me just get the top 20. Please work. Oh, God, something is missing. Pizza sold. Keyword pizza sold. Pizza sold. Okay. Let me just check. Let me just try. Pizza sold. Oh, okay. So the pizza sold, the S is in capital letter. Okay, yeah. So it was a S. I used a small letter for the pizza sold. So the X, I can see this is actually I think it's case sensitive for the text. It's actually case sensitive. So, okay. So now for the pizza sold, now you can see now I said I wanted the pizza sold. Out of filter for only what? Mixer and what? Odd veggie. So these are the two products I wanted to filter for. Only mixer and odd veggie, right? So you can see now. You can see the pizza sold. I have what? Mixer and only odd veggie. So I'm filtering for only pizza. For only the pizza, so which is mixer and also what? Odd veggie. So let's go. Let's not do text that contains. So let's say text that, right? Just say text that contains. Let me check my time. Wow, text that contains. So let's say I'll do for text that contains. Let me fast about this. So I say df underscore xlsx, right? Dots. Okay, that's dot lock square bracket df underscore xlsx square bracket. So the product is what? Pizza sold. That's pizza sold. So dot. Now you know I'm looking for text that contains. So I'm going to use a string now. So that's str, right? String dot contains. So I'll use. So it will be string that contains in S, right? Open brackets, double quote. So the product I'm looking for is chicken. Okay, chicken. So I have the chicken. I don't know if it's capitals, but let me try small letters. C K N. Chicken. Dot add. If it doesn't work, I'll just make it. Okay, this did not work. Let me see for this. Oh yeah, well, so the chicken was in capital letter. So sorry about that. I just knew that it may be capital or small. So you can see everything that contains chicken. You can see barbecue chicken, chicken feast, chicken suya, chicken legend, chicken suya. Anything that contains chicken comes out. So I just made the text like So in Excel, they call it text that contains. So it's any text that contains. So in Excel, you just call it, in Python, you call it string.text, string.contains, right? So, sorry about that. Any text that contains chicken, you can see Bailey, chicken legend, anything else contains chicken, it works with it. So let's say I want to do text that do not contain this time around now. Let's say text that do not contain. Let's say def dot xlsx dot lock square brackets. So I'll put this quality, and this quality means text that do not contain. So that's df underscore xllx square bracket double quotes pizza. That's pizza sold, right? That's pizza sold. I say dot string, right? String dot contains string that contains chicken. So let me just put okay. So what I'm actually trying to achieve here is that, okay, I'm trying to get string that do not contain. So anything that contains chicken will not appear from the data set. So let me just say ed dot 20. So anything that contains chicken, df, sorry. See me, df ext, so df, okay, I use a dot here, so it's meant to be on this. Fext, df, okay, it should work this time around. Pizza soul should be P is Encapsulator. Just walk down. So you can see now, anything that contains chicken will not appear. That's anything that contains chicken will not appear. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to filter. That's text that do not contain. That was used in Excel. That do not contain. That was also the same thing in Python. So anything that do not contain chicken will definitely appear. So let's now do aggregate. So data aggregate or grouping allows you to create a summary for display for analysis. Also, you can set as a process whereby data gathered are expressed in a summarized form. So that's how data gathering works. So data aggregate is just basically, it's just more like data summary. So data aggregate is it's just more like data summary. So let's now do the data aggregate. So let's do a mean aggregate. Let's say that's that df, okay, df underscore dot. I'll now do group by. For some of you that are used to Power BI, they call it summarize in Power BI. So, well, let's use group by in Python. So dx dot group by, open brackets. I say my square bracket, double quotes. I say pizza sold. Sorry, pizza sold. So I want to get the mean. That means more like the average of everything. So mean open bracket. So let's say this gives you the mean data. This mean summary, right? So open. So you can see it's giving the mean of all the value. It's giving the mean of all the value. That's the first one. That's why we're doing the mean of all the value. So let's not use a sum aggregate. Let's say df, okay, dot group by. So it's still basically the same. Let me just copy this. I'll copy all of this. Copy. Come down here. I paste and I change the mean to what? Sum. SUM. And that's all. You can see now it's giving me the sum. So you can see that barbecue chicken, price, everything is giving you all the sum of everything based on what your pizza sold. So your pizza sold is more like the index. It's making you're grouping by your pizza sold. You're grouping by pizza sold. Okay. So let's now do group and sort now. So there's something called group. So now I want to first group and at the same time I will now sort after. So let's say let me just paste all of this. Okay, that's df dot group by pizza sold dot misa. Okay, after I've done it, let me change this to sort now. So that's sort underscore values, right? Sort values, open bracket. So I want to sort by what now? I want to sort by the total. I want to sort by the total, comma, ascending. So ascending. The ascending should be false. Let me just make it false. So let me run this. Okay, yep. So it's giving me, you can see now it has done the group by, it has given me the mean. That's the aggregate of everything. So okay, basically what I did here now, I said I got the mean of everything, which is over here, right? And I said, okay, I want to now sort it. I'm trying to arrange it now in descending order. So it's going from the top to the bottom. So the highest value for total downwards. That's what it's trying to achieve right now. So let's just say So let's say let's sort by single function now. This is more going to use like an aggregate now. Let's say df underscore xlxx. Let's make mistake with that. Group by. Let's say group by open brackets. Let's say pizza sold, comma, as I'm trying to do like a function now. I'm trying to use like a function to aggregate this time around. So I'm trying to make amount sold as a sum now. So let's say group by as underscore index should be equals to false, right? That's false. Ag is short form of ag for aggregate, right? So aggregate open bracket, and that is a curly bracket now. Curly bracket, double quotes, amount sold. Sorry, amount sold. Ratio sign, double quotes, sum. Run. Okay. So now what I'm trying to do, I'm doing like a function now to for the summary now. So I said, okay, the df by group by is giving me sum pro. So the only thing I want to see now is only the amount sold, and the amount sold I want it to be the sum of all the amounts sold. I think I get what I'm trying to say. I want it to be the sum of all the amounts sold. So I have the pizza. So I'm doing like a summary now. The summary I'm grouping by what? I'm grouping by pizza sold, and I'm also adding an aggregate function, which is what? Amount sold, and I made the amount sold to be all the sum of all the amounts sold. So let's just do, because of time. Let me just check what's time now, and I have like 9 more minutes. Let me just do let us do the pivot table. So let's do the pivot table. So pivot table also is just like it's just like a summary. So it's just like you're summarizing. So let me just do the pivot table because of time. So let's say pivot table. So pivot table is very, very popular for those that use Excel a lot. So it's called pivot table. So pivot table just more like summary. It gives you the unique values of all your items and everything. So let's say df underscore xlxx dot pivot underscore table, right? Pivot table, open brackets, df underscore xlsx, comma index equals to, so I make my index pizza, right? So that's pizza sold, comma. So I'm going to create an aggregate function. I say ag function, that's ag function must be equals to, open brackets. I want my aggregate function to be the sum. So that's sum. I come out, I say dot, and I said reset underscore index, close my brackets. And let's see if I'm correct. So dot pizza sold underscore table dot df, comma index pizza sold ag function. Okay, let's see. Oh wow, that's it. It worked. So that's how you create a pivot table. You know, pivot table is usually used for analysis. That's what's more like summary. It makes it work faster. So you just give it more like a summary of everything. So I think I'm done for this. So I'll be check the comment section. I'll stop sharing my screen and check the comment section and see if there's any question from the audience. So I'll stop sharing my screen now. I'll stop sharing my screen. So any questions so far? I hope you guys were able to see what I did all through. Okay, so any question? Okay, if it's your file, okay. Let's Temidayo said that how do you call a file I want imported from me? Okay, if your file is in the desktop, okay, that's cool. So let's take for instance now. Okay, I like your question. So let me go to my okay, let me go to this data Python script. Let me look for where is Pandas? Okay, this Pandas. Okay, so let me look for a CSV file. Was Pokemon? This one was a text file. Okay, let me use anyone. Let me use sorting. Let me just copy this sorting here, right? Okay. Let me put the sorting file. Let me. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let me share my screen. So let me paste the sorting file here. Okay. Let me copy.
There's a question.
What's prop? I'm still trying to get used to this. What I call it? I'm still get used to. Yeah. Okay. So someone asked that. What about if the file is in the in your desktop? Let's say. So I want to get the file in my desktop. Let's say desktop. So what I did now. So for Temidayo, I copied this sorting file to desktop here, right? So I come here. I say, you must name the variable desktop here. Desktop to pd.read underscore CSV. Oh, sorry, this is an Excel file, right? Excel, open bracket, double quote. It's the directory. You see, I have to paste the directory of where the file is. Okay, so let's put double quote. Sorry, double quotes here. Put another double quote here. So if this doesn't work, I know what to do. But let's just try this. If this doesn't work, I know what to do. So this dot, let's say add. Okay. It doesn't. Okay. So let's try. Let me make it. No, let me do it forward. What I say? I can hear you, Michael.
In the before the read go on.
So it's not work. It's working. It's working. I just change the position. Like there's most times if it does work, you just change this to the forward slash. So what you, Michael?
If you wanted to use it like that, if we use arrow, it will work. But no worry.
Okay, what you have done?
No, I will put it in the chat. But don't worry.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm actually having a very bad connection. But was my audio, was it good or true?
Yeah, I was hearing you all through. So someone asked a question too.
Okay. So for Temidayo, that's how you get data. So what you just need to do, just copy the directory, the path. So now, but when you copy the path, and paste it here, sorry. Just 1 minute, Temidayo. So when you copy the path, when I copy this part, if I copy this, I say copy path, right? So when I go to my Excel, if I paste the same part, if I paste it directly here, it's going to do it as a backslash. But what you need to do, just change this all to forward slash. So that's what I do most times. But the other ways you can do it.
Let's try that my own other way too, so that you at least forget everything. So if you can hear me,
I can hear you, Michael.
If you paste what you copied from in that way it was before originally.
Okay, this is how it was originally.
So yeah, if you paste it, replace that other one.
Let me just start again. So.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So just write what you wrote before that. You can even call this on desktop 2 or something.
Okay. pd.read underscore Excel open brackets. So I paste this inside of this. So let me just delete all of this.
Delete all the, but don't press enter here.
Okay.
After the open bracket, put R.
R, yeah.
Just type R. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay.
Then do the edge stuff.
This is new. Wow.
The address.
Wow. Wow, that's good. Thanks. Oh, this first time I'll say something like this. Wow, that's cool.
Then
okay.
Dr. Atika has a question. I don't know if you've seen that question or his question.
Hello, I have a doubt. What does the term index represent in the code here? Okay, in what parts now? That's the thing, because I used index in so many places. So what particular parts in oh god. I was searching whether is index again. Can you just elaborate? Index equals to false, okay. What part is index equals to false again? I think.
Yeah, you said that index equals.
Okay, yeah. Okay, this one here, right? Okay, this one I was trying to just fit I was trying to do aggregate for some specific. Okay, let's try using index equals to true now. Okay.
So the
okay, but what I did that the documentation I read, it was index equals to false they used most times. So
I know the answer. See, if you do index equals to true or you don't even change it, it will create a series. I think this thing is a series that comes out. So
yeah,
it will use the pizza name as the index. Then your
okay.
aggregation will now be the aggregation will now be the outcome. Wait, as it is because
I've seen the difference now.
well,
Thank you.
the moment you say
Okay,
index
continue. I'm listening.
equals to false, it now uses the normal zero-based index. So it starts with 0, 1.
Yes.
And there are some analysis
So
I do where I need that column of pizza
column
sold
in there.
separate, not as an index. So that's why most of them put that index equals to false.
Okay,
So
okay. I think okay, I get now. Because when I just read the documentation about it. So when you use true, that means you make the pizza so the index the first column. But if you use false, it's being as the normal sequence number. That's the SN number, the serial
let me
number.
give an example now. There was a work I was on where we needed to find the index as you have now, the top 3 pizza sold. One. As it is right now, if you go back to the true, if I go back to that one had more than 1 anyway. So we needed to find the great. We needed to find the top 3 pizzas sold that were sold by a particular branch. So in our home, there was also branch. Let me see if we can do something like that in this, but time is almost on. But anyway, the point I wanted to bring up, what this is now was supposed to be like an input to another table for me to do a filter on and just extract top 3. And then putting condition that, okay, where the user paid with a particular card, it was actually a sales data. So where the user paid with credit card, and one other condition. So if you remove the true, if you remove even that option of as index, if you wipe it off and you press enter, that's the default that comes. Then I'll show you the difference. Like if you,
so this is the default.
No,
So
this
this
is
is
not
default right now. I removed the index.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my own screen froze. So now the problem with this one is that if I do the normal column handling now, where you say amount sold is a column, you think pizza sold is a column. Pizza sold is not a column. So if you try to say, okay, where pizza sold, which in my own case, where credit card or what mode of payment was equal to credit card now. Now, if I want to do this stuff, I say, okay, maybe I want to pick where pizza sold is equal to beef suya. You can't write it the normal way we write. It will not work because pizza sold is not a column.
Yeah. It's an index. Yeah. It's an index now.
That's why we need to reset index so that pizza sold now becomes its own separate column, and then index will now
so you
be
can
0.
filter for it. You can filter for it and
search for it. Any of my normal.
Okay. Awesome. So any other question? Okay. Index equals to 4. You mentioned. Okay. I think Michael has already explained this for Dr. Rasikat. Okay. Yeah. I think that's the only question, right?
Yes. So that's what I was just saying. Thank you.
Okay. And Temita answered your question. How to get, and Michael also showed us a better way of doing it. It's called, okay. A reset index in next code. Okay. So she was asking, okay, Dr. Rasika. So to create a pivot table, so this I won't really say I don't really know much about this reset index, this reset underscore index. But what I read on documentation. Hello, Michael.
It's still doing that similar thing. If you don't put that reset index, the table will not come out with that 0, 1, 2, 3 index. You can see on the far left.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's always the same thing. Anytime you see that reset index, that's always what it's doing.
Okay, okay. Man, thanks. I didn't really know. I just followed the documentation. I didn't really go deep, do much research on that. I think okay, yes, makes sense now. It's better. Wow.
Like in this one now, you needed to do analysis on like pizza suit column and some other column. You might experience that thing I said if you do not do research. If you write
Oh, just write it
a,
directly.
if you not pick it because that pizza suit is not a column.
Is it as an index? Okay. So guys, thank you. So Michael, is there another thing?
I think that Dr. Ratika's question was the last. So just let me know
Yeah.
when you want to wrap up. So
Okay, so I'll be dropping the feedback form. So in case of you guys have any question or any suggestion for future audience or anyone you might want us to bring in future. So I've dropped it. Also, you guys can check us out on your BizEdge edge.com. You can read more about your bizedge.com. So to get to know to get more information about the company itself. So I think that was all, Michael. So thank you guys for today's session. Thank you and have a wonderful week ahead and happy new year everyone. So thank you very much. So Michael, I think I'm done. Bye guys.